This is Urban Acolyte TV, bridging the gap between Eastern spirituality and Western tradition. We talk about the aspects of an urban acolyte, which are martial arts, meditation, and developing this Jedi philosophy, right? Because an urban acolyte is a lot like a real life Jedi. So do me a favor if you haven't already and click that subscribe button if you can dig what we're trying to do here. Alright, so today's video is a follow-up to the video about Tai Chi and enlightenment. Trey wanted to clarify and say that his question really was asking if you can reach enlightenment in the same way the Buddha has, right? So, Trey, I just got to flat out tell you, there's never, when it comes to this kind of thing, there's never a clear yes or no answer. But I'm going to have to pick a side so that I have something to talk about in this video. And I'm going to say no. Doing Tai Chi Chuan, the martial art Tai Chi, is not going to lead to enlightenment the way that the Buddha is enlightened. Tai Chi Chuan is a martial art. Tai Chi comes from the Wudang Mountain. The founder of Tai Chi, Zhang Xinfeng, there's a story that he came out of Shaolin, saw a fight between a crane and a snake, and was inspired and created Tai Chi to be soft to combat the hardness of Shaolin, right? Then there's also the whole, well, this is a Taoist martial art. It comes out of Taoist philosophy, right? If you read the book on Master Wang, Opening the Dragon Gate, at one point in his training, it talks about becoming enlightened, like reaching Buddhist enlightenment, that idea of enlightenment, right? And that's kind of a step in their training. But doing Tai Chi is not necessarily doing this Taoist training, if you understand what I mean, right? Like, Tai Chi is a martial art. Enlightenment is something, it's this Buddhist way of training. So if you want to be enlightened like the Buddha, you need to do Buddhist meditation. You need to study Vipassana meditation. You can go to these week-long Vipassana retreats. I don't think they cost anything. I know there's one in Georgia. I'm in Tennessee. There's one in North Georgia. It doesn't cost a thing. But what they ask is, after you've gone through the retreat, that you give money, donate funds, so that other people can have that same experience that you had, right? I would follow the Buddha's path. Now, if you want to do martial arts, you want to do an internal kung fu, then go ahead and do that. I mean, the Buddha was a warrior, the Buddha was a scholar, the Buddha was a king, right? So as part of his training, before he decided to take up the life of an ascetic, right, an ascetic wanderer, he had this training, and I believe that this benefited him. It's not like, oh, the Buddha left his father's palace and went into the woods, and all of that is in his past. You know, if you believe in the historical Buddha, I would believe that the reason he was able to live to be, to reach a wise old age of mid to late 70s or early 80s, and teach for 50 years is because of that training he had to build on, right? His education, his skill at archery, at swordsmanship, at hand-to-hand combat. I'm sure that benefited him, even if he took on this life of being a compassionate, enlightened teacher, right?